Hello, thank you for watching JustUpright. In this channel, we discuss about therapy and about life in general. My name is Ginaline Ruder. I go by Jing Ruder. I'm a physical therapist. I had the privilege to be interviewed by Dr. Mike Chua, PT, DPT. He is the authority when it comes to lecturing about for being a certified dementia practitioner. So you can go to his website, check him out. He does online lecturing on a monthly basis for you to be a certified dementia practitioner. And actually, I'm going to attend next month to one of his online courses for that. We did an interview yesterday, and this interview really is good source of inspiration and motivation for for everybody, especially those having rough times dealing with challenges and difficulties for reaching for your dreams. So I hope you enjoy it, and here it is.
And we are live in our alternative careers group. Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Mike Chua again, physical therapist, certified dementia practitioner, and I am your alternative career coach. Tonight, we have a special guest. But before I keep on going, I'm on a roll right now. This morning, I interviewed Grant Baldwin, like a famous speaker, and goes around the world, talk about whatever he does. And tonight, we have a special guest, one of our member, she's part of our masterclass group, and also one of our member in this alternative careers group. And I just wanted to interview her in our show and in our podcast. So before I pass the mic to her, if you are watching live, comment live. I would really love to know that you're watching live. At least we know which people who are in live. Right now, I'm seeing 14 and 15 people in the Facebook Live. So thank you very much for watching. And if you are watching the replay, please comment replay. But today or tonight, I just got home. I'm so busy right now. Jing, for your time. We have a special person right now. Her name is Jing Ruder. She's actually a physical therapist, and her alternative career, she used to be a lecturer for NPTE, so physical therapist. We all know this, the National Physical Therapy Examination. That's the big test that we take to be a physical therapist. She used to be a lecturer for that, and now she's an author of how many books, Jing?
Three.
3 books now.
3 books. Mm-hmm.
Again, we just wanted to interview her, how she started her career, and learn from her and be the best that we can be. So, Jing, where are you from, and what's your alternative career?
Hi, Dr. Mike. Thank you for having me here. It is a blessing to be in your show. Okay.
Our show. Our time.
So,
time.
Yeah, so just like you from the island of the Philippines, and I graduated batch 2000 from De La Salle, and but I started my career here in 2011. I'm practicing right now in St. Louis, Missouri, PRN, physical therapist.
Wow. So you graduated year 2000. And you came in here 2011.
Yeah, it was a long road, so long journey.
In between those times, what were you doing from 2000 to 2011 in the Philippines?
So for 8 years, I was a review lecturer for major review centers in the Philippines. So I traveled all over the Philippines for 8 years, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, the major islands. I enjoyed it a lot. So technically, I have so many students here in the US, and my husband was asking me how come I have so many friends on Facebook. It's actually in the US, and I just transferred here. I did not grow up here, and I told him most of them are my students from 8 years of teaching. I was also a medical transcriptionist. So typing, I did a lot of typing, maybe 2-3 years. So it helps me a lot with my documentation, how it important it is for us to type fast so we have more time for our patients. So basically, that's it.
Oh wow! Oh wow! So for those people who don't know, well, first of all, I mean, everybody knows, I guess, that I'm from the Philippines, and just so you know, I went to the review center where Jing taught, and I saw her there in action, and she was teaching, and I was really amazed how she taught the National Physical Therapy Examination review, and it's a big thing, you know, learning from somebody else, and so how can we start? How I mean, I know this is do you have to be really smart in doing this? I guess you have to be really smart, right? So I mean, what are the
Teaching.
qualifications to teach? You know, but I teach the Alzheimer's disease and dementia care seminar, and it's just dementia.
Yeah.
And you teach a lot, a wide variety of teaching. I mean,
Yeah.
how
Well,
start this? I mean, do you
yeah.
want to be a teacher? You want to be a teacher or what?
Well, just like you know, being a teacher, you have the passion for it. You know, the love for teaching. Of course, you should be talkative. You know, and the love for sharing your knowledge. You know, and it's very true that the more that you teach, it's actually the more that you learn. It's not just like what we know that if you give away something, you're losing it, but in teaching you're learning a lot. It's, you know, the engram formation that we learned before. The more you do it repetition wise, it's the more you actually learn, and then you research along the way. So really it's the love for teaching, sharing knowledge, simplification of complicated things, you know, things that are very hard to understand when you read it, and if you can simplify it and explain it to people that in a way that they will understand and really grab the idea of it. It's really, you know, I think the major things about teaching, loving what you do.
I love what you said about engram. So for those people who don't know, being too technical, but at least I know it because I've learned from her. Engram, ENGRAM, is actually brain memory, muscle memory. So thank you for pointing that out. And I like what if you are watching and listening right now, ACG or whoever watching right now, in whatever podcast we're going to be sharing this. It's all about giving away your knowledge. It's not about most of the people nowadays. They just want information in and pulling all this stuff for them, for me, for me. When you're teaching, actually when you're giving out more, because when you're actually teaching, you're sharing that knowledge. And I always tell this in my every time I end my Facebook live, I always say letter T, teach it, because when you hear it you forget, when you see it you remember, but when you're actually teaching it, you're actually understanding that situation. So or whatever you want to specialize in, whether you're a PT, OT, speech, a PTA, or a POTA, whatever, if you're actually teaching something, that becomes your specialty. And the more you teach that, that becomes your actual expertise. And that's how you find your niche. That's how you find and do better on those market that you want to serve. So Jing, speaking of market that you want to serve, I know you've written 3 books. What are those 3 books that you've written? Could you do you mind show? I know I have one here.
Yeah, I sent you one. You should have it.
I have it here somewhere.
So this one, this is the first book that I wrote. And by the way, everybody, Mr. Mike Chua was the one who pushed me off the cliff of writing in a good way, writing the book because you know, I listened to one of his videos and he asked the question, so what makes you not sleep at night? What keeps you awake at night? And it's been a long, you know, lifelong dream for me to really write books. You know, I think it comes along when you love teaching, you also want to write those books. So he was the main motivator for me to write my first book. So I jumped in and wrote this first one. It's has such a long title, but it speaks for itself. Practical tips for therapists prior to migrating or starting your US practice. So this is just like compilation of clinical and non-clinical skills that you need to hone before you go to the US and practice as a physical therapist. So the learning that I had over the years. And then the second one is PT Path to US. This is for foreign trained physical therapists, the step-by-step guide to
You've
US
been meaning to
application.
write a book like that.
Really?
She already
Yeah.
wrote it.
Well,
So,
well, you know how it is. Being a foreign trained therapist, it's so hard to really go to the last step of taking the board exam. It's like going to, you know what, the woods without the map. You know, if you are not guided, you don't know which part to start off with. And I had a 9 year long journey, and some of my credentialing actually expired because I was not synced in time for application.
it took me also 10 years to come
Really?
here. Yeah, I
Yeah.
graduated in 1999.
Oh wow.
I
Yeah.
look younger than you. I graduated in 1999. I never got here until 2011.
Really? Oh really?
Yeah.
What year? What month?
Around January 2011.
Oh, okay, I was in
So
December.
it's like a long journey for me too. So for those people who are watching right now, ACG Alternative Courage Group or AFAPT, we're sharing this to the Academy, we're sharing this to the League of Extraordinary Filipino Therapists. It took me almost 10 years to process and take this dream that we're trying to do. And I work as a pharmaceutical rep. And yes, your dreams can be hard, can be easy. All you need to do is just keep pushing. Same thing with Jing. It took her how many years?
9 years.
9 years
I
to
know.
get this dream of coming here in the States, coming here.
Yeah.
And it wasn't easy. When I got here, I still had all the struggles to go through. I'm not even a citizen right now. So we still have to go all through this rigorous process, proving that we're worthy to be, to live here in the States. And irregardless, whether you have an immigration issue, immigration problem, life problem, financial problem, or what else, looking for your job, your alternative career, all you need to do is get up and keep doing it. I remember, I like what Jing said earlier. It was me who motivated her, but actually it was her who actually took the action. So you gotta take the action, guys. You gotta keep moving, keep stepping forward. All right, so sorry. What's the third book?
Fine. Oh, this is the last one. So this is wait, not the last, but the third book. And this is so close to my heart. So this is Just Upright, practical tips to improve your posture, your balance, and decrease fall risk. So I'm
Did you
doing
put it
my
close to your heart?
oh, close to my heart. Yeah, close to my heart.
Here you go.
So I'm very passionate about fall prevention. Most of my
Mhm.
patients are, in the geriatric group. And, what ignites this is because I see people after the fact that they have fallen. And then I have to educate them how not to fall, again. So I was like in a place where I want to be on the other side to educate as much people as I can to decrease the fall risk. So that's why I wrote the book.
Wow. Oh, wow. I guess your patients sees you as the authority now because you have like books now, right?
Well, it's a hard place because sometimes I feel that I cannot really advertise my book to my patients, but sometimes I mention that I wrote books, but the perks that they have is I actually explain what I wrote here, a big part of it, based on what they need and explain it to them personally.
Here you go.
Mhm.
That's the beauty of having your own book,
Yeah.
ACG, Alternative Courage Group, or AFAPT, or League of Extraordinary Philippines. Whoever you are watching and listening right now, you have to write your own book. If you need guidance and step by step, you need to reach out to Jeremy Sutton,
Jeremy
who's like
Sutton.
the book boss. And actually, to tell the truth, I was the one who also kicked him in the butt to start write his book. And it was just an amazing journey. Now he's like teaching people left and
He's
right.
the authority figure.
Yeah, he's like
Mhm.
publishing his own book. And if you want to join our master class, we also teach that how to publish your own book and create your own course and doing stuff like that. You can also join our master class. Regardless, there's so much opportunities out there, so much coaches that can help you bring out the best in you. So, Jing, what else do I need to ask you? How about being a lecturer? I mean, let's go back there, being a lecturer again.
Mhm.
So, what do you miss? I mean, do you plan on plan on teaching again?
Yeah, actually, I'm doing my DPT right now, the
Mhm.
transitional to doctor of physical therapy, because that's the entry level right now. So I kind of figure if I'm going to teach, I want to be updated with the latest changes, the evidence-based practice and whatnot. Just like you said, have some more authority over the topic. And I'm going to attend your dementia, certified dementia practitioner. Yeah, so I wanna learn from you too about that topics because I serve those population as well. So my long-term planning is to go back to teaching. Mostly the CEU continuing education program. That's why I joined the master class as well because you guys are going to discuss that. So that's really what my heart desire is, and eventually if opportunity arises, I want to be in the research field as well. So there are so many areas in our practice that needs to be have evidence on about, and I want to be part of that, to have a better future for our careers both as physical therapists or therapy in general. So that's the long-term planning. I always say to my friends, maybe when I'm 60 or 70 years old, I cannot lift the patients anymore, but I can still talk. So long-term planning, ACG.
There you go. I like what Jing said. She said that she is still taking her DPT, her doctor of physical therapy. So there are a lot of people here, they will try to discourage other people. Don't do this, don't do that. It's not the right. Here's the thing: life is a never-ending learning. The
Mhm.
only time we stop learning is when we die. And every day we're learning. Whether you get a DPT, whether you get my course, Alzheimer's disease and dementia care center, whether you get a coaching program from one of our coaches in this group, life is a lifelong learning. And that you need to learn every day. When at the end of the day, I have a book here. I write down what did I learn today? What did
Mm.
I learn today? And I have all these journals that I write down and stuff. And I would always ask myself, how can I improve my day? The same thing with you, whether you're PTOT speech, quota, PTA, you gotta ask yourself, did I improve today? Did I learn today? And how did I change my life? All right. Again, Jing, any last parting wisdom for us? The one that uh, any last parting wisdom for an awesome lecturer like you and a three-book author now? I mean, uh, how can we
Well,
reach you? Where can we reach you and connect with you? So,
yeah, so my books are available on Amazon.com. So you can
mhm.
just type in Ginalyn, Ginalyn, Bruder, and all my books will pop out, both Amazon Kindle or paperback copy. And I also have a website, JustUpright.us. So, and you can reach out to me through the website as well. So, we're talking about, lifelong learning, and I totally agree with that. And the thing about with my DPT is that I was thinking, oh, I can use this so that for long-term planning in the future for me to go back to teaching. But to tell you the truth, I'm learning so much right now, it benefits my patients. And I'm sharing my knowledge to my coworkers who are open, to learn something new. So, we are therapists for a reason. I think therapists are one of the most patient people in the world, most compassionate people in the world. We are here in this field because we care for our patients. So, just like what Mike said, lifelong learning, but that is not for a personal or selfish reason. Someone will benefit from it. And in our field, it's our patients or co-workers, and if you're a leader, your subordinates. So yeah, I encourage everyone, even if not going to DPT program, but some certification that you're passionate about and you want to learn about, like the dementia, because we are, caring for those patients as well. Anything that you think that will benefit someone in your field is really worth the time to learn.
There you go. There you go. There you go. I love what Jing said. I always say I love what Jing said. It's all about us learning, and that way we can share what we've learned. Because you cannot give what you do not have. You cannot give knowledge to somebody if you don't have that knowledge yourself. Same thing with money. I can't give money to my kids if I don't have enough money myself. And same thing with being a therapist. You cannot give that skilled care if you are not skilled enough to do it. And it doesn't matter what certification, what degree you're trying to get in. Try to learn something new every day. Try to learn, and that way you can share that knowledge to a lot of people. And I don't know about you. I don't know about you, Jing. But when you started writing that book, when you started teaching, it actually not only improves your students' knowledge, you're actually improving yourself too because you're hearing yourself. Oh,
Right.
I guess that's right. And that's how I learned English. I learned English by actually saying it
Right.
because I'm hearing it.
Mm-hmm.
So same thing with learning. You have to learn how to teach it. That way you're actually hearing it from yourself too.
Yeah.
Again, thank you very much, Jing, for your time and also, of course, for your knowledge. Thank you very much for everything that you do, not only for our profession, but also for our fellow countrymen in the Philippines and for bringing out the best in them too. Again, thank you very much, Alternative Careers Group. Before I let you go, always remember the word fast. FAST. We gotta do it fast, right? What? I'm running out of English. Why? Because a lot of us we try to slow it down and analyze and just try to analyze everything, and we're in that analysis paralysis. Do it fast, guys. We got all this information in this world. We can devour it and then do it fast. So letter F, find friends that will push you to your next level. Jing, me, I'm hanging out with Jing. I'm hanging out with the rest of the people in the master class. I'm learning from them. They're learning from me. And guess what? We are the average of 5 people. So you gotta hang out with people who are actually learning. All right. So what's the next letter? Letter A. You gotta learn how to take action. All this stuff that we're doing, it's not gonna do me good. It's not gonna do you good if you don't take action. I motivated Jing to write her book. It's not gonna do her good if she didn't take action. It was her who have written the book. It was her who self-published. It was her who actually went out and started promoting, and she has like how many reviews? Awesome reviews in Amazon now. All right. What's the next letter? Letter S. Letter S is learn how to shoot for the moon. Why? Because when you miss it, you're gonna be landing with the star. Guess what? You're gonna miss it. You're gonna fail. I'm gonna tell you now, Alternative Careers Group, AFAPT, or whoever, you are going to fail. Failure is inevitable. You're gonna fail. You're gonna make mistakes. Period. I make mistakes every day. But guess what? When you fail forward. When you fail forward, guess what? You can still get out. All right. So keep failing, keep getting those no's, keep getting those rejections because eventually you're gonna get that yes. What's the last letter? Letter T. Letter T. Not time out, but letter T, teach it. Because when you hear it, you forget. When you see it, you remember. But when you're actually teaching it, you're actually understanding it more. And that's what Jing is doing with us. She's teaching us how to be awesome, how to be great, and how to be excellent. Again, Jing, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Any last wisdom, parting wisdom for us?
Oh well, just Mike and I had rough time going here to the US to practice. But I don't know about you, Mike, but the desire was still in our heart. It seems like everything was hopeless around us, what's happening, but the desire is still in the heart. There's still hope in the heart. So I believe God bless those desire in our hearts as long as they are good and for the benefit of many. So you have the dream, it's in your heart. There may be so many obstacles, but remember, life is like a breath. There will be up and down, but the lowest point now is not as low as before. You're still going upward. So just keep pushing on, keep dreaming, and it doesn't hurt to pray and ask God for guidance along the way. Actually, that's the first thing we should all do because I found it myself that I can do it. I cannot do it on my own. There's nothing that I can do on my own. The faith really made me survive everything that I went through, and only the grace of God that I'm talking to you right now. So,
Awesome. That's
yeah.
deep there. That is deep there, ACG. I don't know whatever whatever religion or whether you're believe it or not. I just want to tell you this, ACG, APT, legal extraordinary Filipino therapist. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not yet seen. You may not see it yet right now. You may not see it. You may be in a dark time right now, ACG. You may have been fired just like me. You may have been applying for this job forever. Just like me, I've been trying to go in the States for like almost 10 years. I've been denied a visa several times. I've been rejected several times. I've failed NPTE several times. That's why I went to Jing. I failed exams and been rejected. But I had this faith that someday I'll be in the States, I'll be in the USA, and I'll be doing this, helping people bring out the best in them. And I'm doing it right now. I'm living the dream, quote unquote, literally. And that's my special encouragement for you today. Just keep pushing, keep believing, and keep pushing. PUSH. You know what PUSH means?
Sorry. I'm speaking Tagalog. I used to get a review lecturer who has a lot of acronyms, but it tickles me every time you have the acronyms shared.
So push. What does push means? PUSH. Pray until something happens. Keep praying, keep pushing, and something will happen eventually. All right. Again, thank you very much, ACG. Appreciate you, Jing. Thank you for your time. I will see you around. Be awesome. Be great. Be excellent.
Right. So there you have it. So I hope you learned something or something inspired you or motivated you to go for your dreams. You know, we're not saying that we're at the top of the world already, I think it's a lifelong journey. I keep on dreaming, and then when you achieve your dream, you keep on dreaming some more. But one day I was just like, having this reflection, and what pops in my mind is that our significance comes from serving other people. So life is more meaningful if we are actually helping other people, and we are blessed as therapists because every day we get to help people, and especially when you treat from the heart, and you really want the best for your patients. It's so fulfilling, to have this profession, to be in this profession. It's such a privilege and such a great blessing. So as long as, I always also think and remind myself that there's freedom in surrender to God. His will is a lot better, wider, higher than our will, and it's the best for us. And it took me quite a journey, long journey before I realized that. And I'm still a work in progress, to be a better person each day, to be the best therapist that I could be each day, to learn more, to share more, to serve more, to reach out people more, and to help others in need more, may it be advice, professional advice, guidance, and things like that. So thank you so much for watching, and stay blessed.